Welcome to the Envy Huddle YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a film analysis on Anthony Harris, the Minnesota Vikings starting free safety. Anthony Harris had a great year last year. He had 6 interceptions, 11 pass deflections, 60 tackles, and even had a touchdown. Anthony Harris is, in my opinion, the most underrated defensive back in the league, and he does not get enough credit as he deserves. I'm going to show you guys around 5 plays that shows what exactly Anthony Harris does and how he just puts the Minnesota Vikings defense at another level. This is the first play I'm going to be showing you guys. This really does show Anthony Harris's ranginess, if that's a word, and that is his best ability he has. He's able to just move to the ball so quickly, and he can really sense where the quarterback's going to throw it. So here's the concept that the Cowboys are running. It's just a bootleg play action. They have number 13, Michael Gallup. He's just going on like a drag route. And then have the outside wide receiver to the right. He's going on a comeback route. The Vikings are running zone as they normally do. So let's see what Dak Prescott does. Sending a blitz, actually. They send 6. So they send 6, and look at where Gallup is. He's in the middle of the field, and Anthony Harris, who's running towards him. Gallup is open right here. There's a big hole around him. A lot of Vikings players are around him, but no one's really closed in on him. So then right here, Dak makes the throw, and Anthony Harris is just able to play up, and he could have had a pick on this play. I'm going to show it to you guys at a new angle, or a different angle, just so we can see how close Anthony Harris was to getting the pick. So look at this. Right here, Dak throws it. Anthony Harris was so far off, but he's just able to make a play on the ball, break to the ball. Then he almost had the pick here. He looks like the wide receiver on this play. He's unable to get it though, and that was a great play for Harris. Great breakup on the ball. And that just demonstrates how good Harris is at just getting to the ball. So this is the next play I'm going to be showing you guys. And the Packers have no one in the backfield, 5 wide. And they have 4 people who are going to be running routes. Tight end has blocking. And they were just trying to get the first down. It was 2nd or 3rd and long. They just needed to get a lot of yards. So Anthony Harris is at the 50-yard line. You can see him. He's circled in yellow. The ball's going to get thrown around where that comeback route is. Let's see what Anthony Harris does. So they motion out the 2 guys. Rodgers looks to throw, throws it, and then Anthony Harris is able to break on the ball and then make a play. I'm going to show it to you guys at a new angle, because the wide receiver was actually really close to holding onto the ball, and he probably could have held on to it if Anthony Harris does not get there. He holds on, and then Anthony Harris just comes in for the big hit. This is one of Anthony Harris's more underrated skills, is he's able to tackle players or just hit them in the air, but not really like it's pass interference, but just to break up the pass. Great play by Anthony Harris, and we'll move on to the next play. This play, the Chargers are running a Hail Mary concept. They're just trying to get a deep play. The game is basically over at this point. Minnesota Vikings are winning by a lot, and the Vikings have basically everyone in protection except for the 4 rushers. Let's see what Phillip Rivers does as it's last-second desperation. But despite it being the end of the game and they have to just chuck it deep, even if it's a stupid play, look at where Anthony Harris is standing. He's right at the 30-yard line marker. And look at where he ends up going to make the play. Rivers will take the snap, scans downfield, takes a shot, and Anthony Harris runs over and gets the pick. I'm going to show it to you guys at a different angle, as it just shows how rangy Anthony Harris is. So look at Harris, number 41, standing there, going towards Henry, flips his hips, and then is able to get the pick. I'm sure Rivers could have probably not thrown it to him, and Rivers did leave it a little high. But that just shows how Anthony Harris, he's just able to get to the ball so quickly, and he's able to just sense where the QB is going and just go get the ball. That's the reason he had 6 picks in only 14 games. So let's move on to the next clip. This play takes place in the wild card round, where the Vikings are the 6th seed and the Saints are the 3 seed hosting them. The Vikings needed a big play, and Anthony Harris makes one here. The Saints are really just trying to get a few more yards just to get a first down. As they have on the right side, they have the outside wide receiver. He's going more on a deep crossing route, while the tight end is going on an out route. And then on the left side, they have the wide receivers both going on more slant dump-off routes. One of them is going on a drag route, and the other is doing more of a double move. The Vikings actually run man on this play, which is actually very rare for them. Not rare, but they tend to run a lot more zone. And Anthony Harris is actually back. He's running a zone, so it's a cover 1 man. Let's see what happens. Brees takes the snap. And then right here, he's going to throw it deep. He throws it. And then Anthony Harris, able to make a great play, gets the pick. Let's look at what Brees saw on this play and what Anthony Harris was able to do with this new angle I'm going to show the play at. This really gives a better look at what was going on. Brees takes it, throws it deep, and then Anthony Harris is able to break on the ball as soon as it's thrown, and he's able to get to the ball like before the wide receiver. He has better positioning to get the catch. He's able to get a solid return too as he goes down at around like the 50-yard line. But that was a big play for Minnesota. He set them up, good field positioning. That just shows Anthony Harris is a playmaker. He can make plays for you on the defense. Him and Harrison Smith is a scary safety duo. This is the last play I'm going to be showing you guys, and this is my favorite. This just shows how Anthony Harris is able to cut under the ball and get the pick. And he baited Aaron Rodgers into throwing this one, and Rodgers had like 3 or 4 picks on the year. Rodgers was very conservative with the ball this year, more than ever in his career, and Anthony Harris really got him on this play. So here's what the Packers are running. They have a running back number 32, I believe. He's motioning out. He's more of a dump-off option. This is more of a play-action crossers concept. Vikings are running zone, sending 4. So let's see what happens. So the motion number 32, take the snap, play action. And then right here, look at Davante Adams, number 17, at the 40-yard line. He looks open. If Rodgers just places it perfectly, that should be like a big gain. So the throw is right around there, and Anthony Harris is just able to get to it. He's able to bait Rodgers into thinking Davante Adams beat him, and just gets Rodgers to throw an ill-advised throw. Let's look at that from this angle. Rodgers is about to throw right here. As we see at the bottom of the screen, Davante Adams looks like he has a step or two on Anthony Harris. But then right here, right as it's thrown, Anthony Harris just undercuts it, and then he's in between the ball and Davante Adams. So Harris is just able to get an easy interception. Well, he still made a great catch. But he gets a nice interception, and the Vikings take over. So now I'm going to move on to the last part of this video. To end the video, I'm just going to say a few things to wrap it up. Just say a few more thoughts I have about Anthony Harris. So he received a franchise tag, I believe, which he did sign. And many are questioning, should the Vikings sign him? Should they trade him? What should they do? I think they should re-sign him. He's been doing really good for them, and he finally broke out and had that year where I think a few more people actually recognized him. He had a high amount of interceptions. I think he was like top 5. 6 interceptions is a lot. Stephon Gilmore had 6 interceptions. him and Harrison Smith is a very scary safety duo. Anthony Harris is more of that cover safety, rangy. Harris is more about, or not Harris, well, Harrison Smith is more about safety. He can line up in the box. He can tackle running backs. Running backs don't want to go and attack Harrison Smith. But Vikings do have a really good defense. They did lose Everson Griffin, which could end up being a big loss for them. But I think this Vikings defense is really good. And if they do make the playoffs this year, it's going to be because of that defense. They lost Stephon Diggs, so this offense really is losing a few key pieces. The defense is going to have to step up, and if they want to actually compete, they have to first prove that by beating the Packers. The Packers are the best team right now in their division, many would say, and you can't say you're competing in the NFC North if you don't beat the Packers. They've just always been the best there, and they have to find a way to beat them. They actually had relatively good success on them year before last year, I believe. But they just did not do as well recently. But I think the Vikings are capable of doing it. They have a very good offense. Kirk Cousins is a solid quarterback, arguably top 10. And this defense is good. They drafted Jeff Gladney, cornerback, and he could end up starting for them. So those are the final thoughts I have on Anthony Harris. And comment below what you think Anthony Harris should receive as a contract. What should the Vikings do with him? Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more NFL videos where I talk about individual players, do more team deep dives, go into more depth. So thanks for watching and have a great day.